Hi everyone, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and this is all that is left on my sparkling red roses that I got from Rainy Day Diamonds. I'll turn it the right side up when I'm finished. I should finish this with you today. I wanted to leave just a little bit so I could finish with you and let you watch me have the last rose bloom. I wanted you to be with me. This has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. If you are interested in checking out her things, she has a boutique set up right now on Instagram called rainy.day.boutique. And on here, this is her pop-up shop. She has all the different diamond paintings she has for sale right now. She is working on making a website, but this way she's doing this so she can be able to sell around the world and not just on Amazon United States. And I want to show you how many diamonds I have left on this picture. As huge as this picture was, I have a bunch of diamonds or drills left that I can use on other things because these shine so beautifully. Just gorgeous. I'm going to throw that to the side. This over here. And let's get busy finishing this up. I'm so excited. This has been a wonderful experience. I have enjoyed working on this one so much. I really have. Let me get you close to this right here so you can see what I'm doing in this area. And I am using this is a wooden pen from Star Roar, and this one has the plastic tip. It holds the wax better. You don't have to keep, I find that I don't have to keep filling it up. So, I hope you're doing well today. Today is Monday, July the 22nd, I do believe. And I hope that you have had a wonderful weekend, and I hope your day has been good, even if you had to be at work. I was telling you last week in one of my videos, if you watched it, that I had kind of pulled my back. When I was, I guess 16 or 17 years old, I was riding, my sister and I had horses. We were not what you would call great horse women because we'd been from the city and we moved to this small town and we had some land. We decided, hey, we're living in a small town. We're cowgirls now. Well, didn't really feel that way, but I have always loved horses. I loved to look at them, and I still love to see them. But one day, we and my sister and some friends were standing out in front of the little church that we were going to at that time, and my brother came riding up on my sister's horse at that time, and that little girl was kind of, the horse, not my sister, kind of full of piss and vinegar, if you might ever heard that expression. Anyway, my brother got off, and one of my friends wanted to get on the back and ride with me. I said, okay, and I should have changed the stirrups. I should have shortened them to my height, but I didn't. We were just going to get on there and go just for a little short ride. Well, at that moment in time, the horse decided she needed to take a little poopy. So they lift their tail, get ready to do their business. And when she did that, one of the guys that was with us didn't think it was good for it to poop in the churchyard. So he slapped the horse on the buttocks, and she took off running with me and my friend. Okay, my friend has me wrapped around with her hands. She's holding on to me, trying to hang on. And I pulled back on the reins to get the horse to stop. And when she stopped on her front feet. Just immediately stopped. Which was all well and good, except we were still moving at that fast pace that she was going. We were still kind of rocking and rolling. And my friend started going sideways, and we went off together. She fell, and she hit her face, and it swelled all up, and I fell on my tailbone on hard, rocky ground. It was very painful. I will never forget that. I'm not sure. I suffered for weeks with that. I sat on a pillow. Getting in the car, bending down to get in the car was very painful. Oh, by the way, this is a straightener if you've never seen one. And I usually do whole rows at a time, just sliding it up and down if I feel it needs to be straightened. So that's what I'm doing with that one. So I was in a lot of pain. I was terrified to tell my dad because, you know, I had somebody riding with me, and, well, everything was okay. I didn't go to the doctor. I was not going to the doctor for him to check my behind. I'm sorry, it just wasn't going to happen. I can't blame the horse. If I was trying to do my business and someone slapped me on the rear end, I probably would have thrown a wall-eyed fit too. That's kind of private business, and when you gotta go, you gotta go. It wouldn't have hurt a thing. It's all nature, natural. So that went on for months. Just the kind of an aching pain. And then I'd go without pain for a long time. When I was pregnant with my daughter, and my daughter, when I had her, she weighed 9 pounds and 1 ounce. So my height, I am only 5'2" 3/4, and yes, that 3/4 is very important to me. Because look, it's closer to 5'3" than it is to 5'2". It doesn't really matter. But as the doctor said, I was not built to have a baby that big. So that did put a lot of stress on my back. And I remember before I had her, I was having to walk with a cane because my back was hurting. After I had her, my back was still hurting. I had to have a cesarean. As I said, I wasn't built to have a baby that big. So every so often, I will somehow, I don't know, pull my back. I don't know how I do it. Usually doing nothing. All of a sudden, it just, bam. The last time I had it before this was about 1.5 years ago. And it was so bad. I was going to the doctor, and all they were just kept doing was giving me pain medication. And I said, I need to do something else. I said, could we try like physical therapy or something? And they said, oh, okay. So I went to physical therapy, and they showed me exercises to do to help strengthen my back and all that. And she told me my hip was kind of out of socket on my pelvis or something. And she pushed in on my leg, and all I know is it hurt, but it felt much better. And after, I guess I went for about 3 months of physical therapy, and it felt so much better. And I kept doing the exercises for a while. That was what I was supposed to do. Well, you know how things go with, well, at least for me, with exercising. I was feeling good. I'm like, oh, I don't need to do this anymore. I have other things I'd rather be doing. So last week, I was just getting up off of the toilet when I stood up. I don't know if I turned and I don't know what I did. All I know is I felt a horrible pain in my back. And the pain was so bad I thought I was going to pass out. And I kind of held onto the edge of the sink, and I didn't. That wave passed. But, you know, when you hurt bad enough, you need to feel like you're going to throw up. That's kind of how I felt. So, I decided, okay, I have a TENS unit. That was one thing they used on me in physical therapy, and it does help. And I've been using that a lot. And if you don't know what a TENS unit is, I wear this around my pants. And you push, okay, it's on right now because I'm using it. Okay, well, it just went off. And on here, you can set the left side and the right side. When you put pads on your back, they're like electrode pads, big squares, and it shocks you. But it feels wonderful. So I'm going to turn it back on and set it again. Okay. Well, it's not wanting to. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to turn it all the way off. Sometimes it'll do this. I'll have to cycle it back through. But all it does is it sends electric currents, and it doesn't hurt. I mean, I guess if you weren't hurting, it might. Yeah, my husband wanted to try it out, so I said, okay. And it was so funny. So he decides to try it out, and he's hopping up and down. I didn't put it up very high, and he said, oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. And I'm like, well, it feels good to me. But he was hurting one time, and I put it on him and on a very low setting, and he said that it did help. You don't use it unless you need it, of course. That would be silly to be getting a little bit of electric current on those little electro pads. But it always, I forget how it works, I've been told, but it doesn't really matter. It feels good. Somehow interferes with the pain or whatever. And I took a naproxen, which is what they had given me before. I took one. Those things make my stomach hurt so bad. So I just stuck with a regular old Advil. And I try not to take it unless I just have to. I don't like taking anything. Usually I would do it at night. But I am back to doing my exercises. I started back yesterday. I was able to get down on the floor and start doing the exercises again. So it is slowly but surely getting better. So I need to do my exercises. No matter how much I hate it. I don't really hate it. They're not difficult. It's just, I don't feel like doing it at times. Another thing about this pen is the plastic. I watched Lucy. She has a YouTube channel. I think it's Star Roar. I'm not sure if that's the whole name but I think it is. And she shows and she talks about it, and she was talking about these. And if you were watching my video the other day, I did a video on her fantastic multi-placers, and I left a link on that video. They're really good. And I went on AliExpress and looked for plastic one-placers, and I found some, and they're coming, and I'll see how well those work, if they work as good as these. I didn't see any one-placers yet that she has for sale. But when you purchase one of her pens, it comes with this one-placer, and it comes with 2 or 3 other multi-placers. I think it comes either with 2 multi-placers and a straightener. Something like that. I don't remember. I've had this for a while. I change out and use different pens. That's just because I like to. But I wanted you to see this one. Isn't it pretty? Just can see the bird. And it's a very lightweight wood. And Star Roar is burnt into it, or however they did that. I'm not really sure what they did to get the name on there. So that's the name of the company. She sells diamond paintings. I have two that I have not unboxed yet. I've had them for a couple of months probably, but there were so many people doing unboxings of Star Roar at that time. I thought, I'm just going to wait. And that way, if somebody might have missed one of those or forgot about it, then I can show it. So I have that one to show. And I have a couple of other items I'd like to show. I was thinking about, I remember one time when I pulled my back, my daughter was probably 3, I don't know, she wasn't very old. And my husband, he used to go fishing all the time. And I was having to crawl around on the floor because the pain was so bad, I could not get up and walk. So, that was tough. But back then, my husband, he fished all the time. And I think I've told you before that after his father passed away, that's who he used to fish with all the time. He gave it up and started bird watching. And he is really into that. The purple martins, I think we have one nesting pair left. And they should be ready to fledge pretty soon. Fly on out. They'll make their trip down to Brazil, I don't know, August? They'll be starting to make their trip down September. I don't know. I could ask my husband. If he would, I'd put him on here. Of course, he once he got started talking, he might talk nonstop. But he can tell some pretty good stories sometimes. He comes home from work and tells me some of the things that go on at work that are pretty funny. Some of the people that come in there with their cars and trying to describe a sound that is being made, because different sounds mean different things. And my husband does it too. He'll say, does it make whatever kind of sound it might be? And it's kind of neat, because he really wants to make sure when he fixes one, it is fixed. And he's not the mechanics anymore. And one of the mechanics, he's the service manager, but he still works on the cars and checks them out before he lets them go, because sometimes they leave bolts loose, and yeah, not a good thing. And there's that section. Look at it. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. When it's held up, I had a hard time stopping working on it last night. I must have worked on it till 1 or 2 o'clock this morning. And I thought, I want to leave some so that I can be talking to you and finish it with you guys. Because some of you have been watching me do this. So I wanted you to see the last rose come into bloom. I must say, this is one of the most satisfying pictures I've ever done. I don't know if it was because of the content, these beautiful roses, or if it was from these gorgeous crystalline, I'm not sure the exact term for this. They all have a silver bottom. If they don't have a silver bottom, you're not going to get the color you need. So if there are any of these that are not perfect, I throw it out. Most of them are very good, but like pretty much everything you get, there can be some that aren't just the way I want it, and I just put it to the side. And you saw how many I had left over. There's more than enough to do this 50 by 70. And that is the pasting area. That is not the canvas. That is because I measured it. Now to decide on a frame, since I'm so close to finishing it, I am going to put this between cardboard and put it underneath my mattress to make sure that these are stuck down there very well. That's one thing we need to remember to do when we finish our diamond paintings, because a lot of people ask about sealing, but some of the things we don't do is to put it underneath something very heavy. I do it for several days. I've still got my hummingbird ones that I finished from my husband that I need to frame. But shoot, I've been I've been enjoying this one, so I haven't got around to doing it yet, but I will. But it's still underneath my mattress. I do have the frame, and I'm just going to frame it like I normally frame them. If it's something that's important to me, I am going to put it under glass. There is no way that I'm going to put a sealer on top of these crystals. No. I don't want to ruin the shine. When I put it under glass, it will be beautiful, because I've put several under glass and it looks very nice. I have some people say, well, the glass takes away, well, it takes from the shine, but it doesn't. If you're looking straight on it and have some kind of a glare on it, well, anything would. But when you put sealer on it, you're going to lose some shine too. So some people are really into, yeah, you need to seal it. I mean, I've had somebody cuss at me before about, was saying something about, you know, I don't know if sealing it is important, you know, for this type that's going to be hanging on the wall or not, because we haven't had them for that long. If I'm talking about ones that are not framed. I have some that I didn't seal that are hang in frames that have been framed for several months and nothing has moved on them, not one thing. So sometimes I guess we like to worry. Now on the keychains, yes, definitely. Those need some kind of sealer, and I did a video on those showing sealers that I used to try to leave the most shine as possible and also give a nice strong hold. And I can link that video below if you're, and you can check it out if you're interested. I'll try to remember to link it. If I tell you I'm going to link something and I forget, just let me know. But if you want to find Christina, and go on Instagram. She is not putting these on her Facebook page at this time, just Instagram as far as I know. And I told her to let me know when she gets her website up so I can share it with you. She has all different types. She even has some clocks, crystal clocks, and mandalas, and she's got more of these crystalline pictures. I don't know if she still has some of these rose ones left or not. She was really selling a lot of them because she only ordered 15. So go check on her Instagram site and you can direct message her and ask her. And she is more than happy to get with you to let you know. And I just said, I cannot wait for, I was so happy to see the boutique pop up so I could look, because I have several that I want to order. She was out of one that I wanted to order, but she's going to let me know when it's back in stock. And I got another one that I'm going to show you in another video. It's beautiful. It's another crystalline one. She has a lot that are crystal. I'm not sure, because so many people are wanting these crystal ones because you can't find them in the United States. Shipping is free if it's in the United States, and she can let you know if you live somewhere else how much the shipping is. She sometimes has to check it out. But I'm glad she's doing that. So some of my people that are watching or subscribe, and I hope, if you're watching, I hope you subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of my journey and part of my family. I think of you as family members. I sit here and talk, and I feel like you're sitting right here with me. I'm very close to getting 6,000 subscribers, and you talk about shocked. I am shocked and happy all at the same time. And I plan on having some giveaways once that number is reached. So I'm going to give it, when it does reach 6,000, I'll probably wait a week or so to see if it stays there. I don't want people just to join my channel, and that's the reason I'm telling it to you now, for those of you who do bother to watch my paint and chats. I might start calling them crafting and chatting. Let me keep you company or something, because in case I do another craft, you could be watching me do that, or you may be doing another craft. You may not be diamond painting. I have several that tell me they're crocheting or knitting, coloring, whatever it is that you like doing. Do it. And I'll sit here and keep you company. Just doing a little chit chat, and some of it may be nonsense. And if you're interested in me talking about something in particular, you can let me know. I've had several tell me they want to hear, they like hearing about my things that have happened to me, my family. I've told you a few things. I've got a long story. I'll tell you about this another day. When my daughter, when she was 2.5, her leg, let me see if I can speak. Her leg was ripped open on an escalator. That was a point, that was a very dark period of time for me. I pretty much almost had a nervous breakdown through that. It was very tough, very tough. My thing keeps popping up saying some frames are dropping, so I do not know what that means. I've never had that come up before. I'm hoping it's not messing up. So every so often it tells me to close other things. I don't have anything else open. This is it. This is all that's open. I close everything else on my computer while I'm doing this. I use my webcam, and I'm using the Logitech program, which is supposed to help make it a better image. I'm hoping. Because when I use my camera, I usually use that when I'm going to be stopping and starting a lot. Okay, frames being dropped. Go to, I don't know where it wants me to go. Let me look and see. It tells me to go to this thing here. I don't know. I do not know what it's doing. Oh, well, I'm hoping everything's coming out. So that's made me a little bit nervous at what's going to happen. But I'm hoping that's going to come out. When I use my camera, it will turn itself off when I'm recording at about 23, 24 minutes. Well, when I'm doing one of my chats, I go a lot longer than that time. Because I've had several of you say, make your chats longer, because I'm working on something and I'm just listening. So I thought, well, I need something different. I don't want to have to keep piecing it together and keep remembering to turn my camera back on. So that's why I did that. And oh, look at that. It's coming together. It's coming together so nicely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Love it. I'm loving it, loving it. Look how lovely. Maybe I'm getting too close in your face. I can't tell. Let me see. I don't want to make you sick. Keep moving you around. Okay, let's do it here. Picked one upside down. I'm stuck to it. Okay, let me shake this a little bit. And I love these with the orange on the other end because I can just turn it around and do it this way. Don't have to worry about any of them falling out. There we go. Popping along, just popping along. Gonna pop these drills right in there. Popping, popping along. I told you sometimes I'll just break out into song and it'll be something I've just made up because it's what I'm doing at the moment. So you'll have to excuse me on that. This one really makes me happy. Look at those shining. So very pretty. So as I was saying about my daughter, I'll talk about that another time. That was a very rough period of time, and I know all of us have gone through some rough things in our life. And when you see your child hurt, especially when they're a little bitty, you know, about 2.5, that just about, yeah. So this, I don't have Bogey with me today. His stomach was hurting and he's laying up in the bed. So I guess he wanted to be in a soft place, and it's cooler in that room. So he didn't come this time. Okay, look at that. We're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer. Okay, here we go. Just this left to do. And then we will see it in all of its beautiful, sparkling glory. Moving along. I can't remember if I finished saying what I was going to say about when I reached 6,000 subscribers, that I will be waiting to make sure that the ones who subscribe stay for a while. I got one on here upside down. I do. Nope, I guess it's not. Okay. And, you know, I've decided I'm not going to worry about the subscription thing. I have gotten upset before. As several of you told me, some people just decide they want to watch something else. They change hobbies, or they want to clean out their subscription list. Nothing personal, just move on to something else. So I'm not going to let that bother me, but I truly want to thank those of you who are here. As I said, you're like family, and it makes me happy when I read a comment. And sometimes I don't get back to the comment right away because I have something else I'm doing, or my husband's talking to me, and he'll say, do you need to do that right now? I'm like, no, go ahead. I don't want to be rude, so I'm sorry if sometimes it may be the next day when he comes in from work, he usually wants to visit with me. I mean, he usually even calls me when he's off for lunch just to tell me what's going on, see what I'm doing. We're just very, very close. I guess the older we get, the closer we get. But I would like to go do something. I don't know what. I was thinking about some things that we used to go out in the boat and go swimming out in the lake. Well, I've been hearing about this flesh-eating bacteria that people are getting into in certain lakes and things. So we're like, maybe not. So sometimes we go to the river. I'm not sure, since the river is flowing, if there's as much chance of it. I don't know. And there's some type of bacteria that's growing in swimming pools. I'm like, good gracious, what is going on? It seems like these bacteria are just becoming rampant, and some of them are not even killed with the chlorine. Maybe you just have to have just tons and tons of chlorine. I remember we had our pool. Just checking that, I checked it every day. And you know, in public pools, you don't know how often they're checking it, or you just really don't. And there's so many things that go on with people, you know, all swimming together. Some don't like to have to get out to go to the bathroom and other things. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't think about that. But you know, most of you probably have thought that too. My husband's the one that really helps me remember those kinds of things. So, and in this heat, the pool isn't even cool enough. It's like, I guess I just stay inside. I guess I could stand in the water like when I was a kid. Excuse me. I can just see people going down the road. Let me turn a sprinkler on and jumping woo, back and forth through there. So what's the old lady up to now? I can just picture myself, and with the klutziness that I have, I'd be jumping woo 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 and right on my face. Probably hurt my back and be crawling around, and I might have people stopped in front of the house looking and laughing. What are you doing out there? Oh, I'm just cooling off. Don't mind me. I'm just having fun. You know, why can't an adult have fun too? It's okay when kids are out there playing in the sprinkler. But I don't even have a grandkid, you know, or a young child to make that okay to do. I guess I could do it in the backyard. Got lots of trees back there. The only thing that'll be seeing me are the raccoons and the foxes and the squirrels and all the birds. What is that human being doing? Leave that sprinkler on. We want to play in it too. Of course, we have our bird baths and stuff. I remember when Catherine, my daughter, was a little bitty thing, and we'd have the baby pool. Shoot, I'd sit up in there too, cool off. Things that was different though. It would look a little. It's just cooler staying inside anyway. But just picturing myself doing these things brings a smile to my face. Yeah, I would definitely do something stupid and trip and fall. I say the front yard because the backyard, we got lots and lots of trees. Maybe I should take my camera out there and show you the different trees we have out in the backyard. Got fig trees, We have some pecans. We have pear. Jujubes. Can't think of it. It's not jojoba. Jujube. Orange. We did have a lemon tree. That thing grows thorns about this long, and they are needle sharp. And if you get one stuck in you, I don't know if it has a poison on it or if it's from the bacteria on it. Shoot, it hurts. It bruises. My husband cut that sucker down. he was tired of bumping into it when he'd be mowing the lawn, and we didn't really use the lemons. They were a different kind of lemon, and they weren't the smaller ones that you normally use for lemonade. So anyway, he cut that tree down. We have a blood orange tree, and those are the best oranges. And those become ripe. It seems like November. It's a long time. I've seen some green ones on there. And when you open them up, they have red inside them. Orange and red. So I guess that's where it got the name blood orange. But those are the best oranges. Last year we didn't have very many at all. This year I'm seeing more. We had quite a few freezes that messed it up for the year before. Weather's just been strange. Oh, and we got just a little bit of rain from that hurricane. Not much of anything. Louisiana got quite a bit of rain, and I know some of those of you that are out there watching got rain, you've mentioned. So, all right. I think that was the last one. Let me feel around. Let me look. Let me take a look at you. Let me take a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let me move the stuff out of the way before I knock all of these little drills onto the floor, and I have to pick them all up, which is no fun. Let me turn this around so you can see it. Look at that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I am in love with it. Look at that. Wow. Wow. It is gorgeous. There's not one part of this I don't like. There are the pomegranates at the bottom, like a table. Look at the vase. It's beautiful. And the roses, whoa. It's gorgeous. Well, my friends and family, it is finished. It is finished. Oh my goodness, this took me less than 2 weeks, and I didn't get to work on it for probably 3 or 4 days. When I was down in my back, it hurt too bad to sit. Standing and lying flat on my back were about the only things that didn't hurt. Look at that. Look at the sparkle. Wow. Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you something. That is a beauty. This is a beauty. And like I said, I have lots and lots of drills left that I can use to fancy something else up. Look at that. And they are beautiful. Well, you can see by looking at it. These are very nice quality. The sparkle is unbelievable. Even the 310s, there was no trash in this. These were really nice. Really nice. And I've got a bunch of them left over. This was a round, of course. And take one more look. Oh, yes. So beautiful. You probably are sick and tired of listening to me ooh and ah over this. But I am very happy with it. I'm very, very pleased. And if you have joined me as I finish this, thank you so much. I appreciate your company. Oh, yeah. This is just beautiful. There's not... Look at those roses. Look how beautiful, because the crystals are all different colors. Fabulous. Just fabulous. This came out even prettier than I even dreamed it would. Those roses are just jumping off that page. And the vase, very classic. These are the kind of, I love classical type pictures. These are the kinds of things. I cannot wait to find a frame. Ooh, that's going to be hard to decide to make. It takes me forever to make up my mind on something. I don't need anything too ornate. This speaks for itself. Just beautiful. Well, I will let you go for now because you probably don't want to just hear me talking about this anymore. But you have a blessed day. Hope all of you are doing well. Take care. Enjoy whatever craft that you like to do. And you have a blessed day. Love you guys. Bye.